Pokemon Forms have been a staple for years, breathing new life into old favorites or unlocking alternative playstyles. While regional forms debuted back in Sun and Moon, which was almost a decade ago by the way, alternate Pokemon forms go back even further. And while not the earliest representation of Pokemon Forms, it can be argued that Kyurem is the most iconic. Base Kyurem is, oh, ironically enough, not based. With a base stat total of 660, it has some decent offenses and okay bulk. It's mostly known for chilling in OU and having a stronger version of Icy Wind known as Glaciate. However, with a little DNA splicing and a couple of dragons in your back pocket, we can unlock Kyurem's true potential with its alternate forms. I've already talked about Kyurem Black back in Regulation G, so for today, let's focus on its counterpart, Kyurem-White. Kyurem-White is a beast of a Pokemon, coming in with a base stat total of 700 and the highest special attack stat in the game at 170. It's also got some solid bulk with an HP stat of 125, special defense stat of 100, and can double its physical defense in snow thanks to its ice typing. Kyurem-White also gets the amazing ability Turbo Blaze, which allows it to ignore the abilities of other Pokemon when attacking, such as Sturdy, Multiscale, or Terapagos' Terra Shell, making Kyurem-White an amazing armor-piercing attacker, which can not only surprise your opponent, but set up for the rest of your team to take down any bulky defenders that would be giving you trouble. Kyurem-White's move pool is impressive. Being a fusion of both fire and ice type dragons gives it access to a lot of coverage options. For my Kyurem, I decided to give it a set of Blizzard, Fusion Flare, Freeze Dry, and Earth Power. Along with that, I gave Kyurem-White a Terra type of Poison, along with the Choice Specs item to hold. Blizzard is a high special attacking move that hits both of your opponents with a 10% chance to freeze at the same time. Add that with Stab, plus your ridiculously high special attacking stat, and the Choice Specs, and you'll see why this thing is still to be feared today. While it does start off with a lower accuracy of 70%, if you are able to summon the snow, then Blizzard will never miss, making this a move to be feared by all. Fusion Flare and Earth Power give Kyurem-White coverage options to hit Steel and Electric type Pokemon, while Freeze Dry tops off our coverage pool. Freeze Dry is an Ice type move that is super effective on Water type Pokemon. It also has a 10% chance to freeze the target. This move plus Fusion Flare gives us our ultimate coverage, allowing us to hit whatever we want for at least neutral damage, making Kyurem-White a consistently aggressive threat. Terra Poison is an amazing defensive Terra as well, since Poison resists Fairy and Fighting type moves that we would normally be weak to. However, if you're going for a more aggro approach, Terra Ice might be the way to play. Now, this sounds great now, but with a middling speed stat of 95, while almost every relevant legendary is so much faster, we need a way to pull ahead. Now, normally, Alolan-Ninetales is the go-to pick for Ice-type Pokemon, as it sets up the snow and buffs your whole team's defenses thanks to Aurora Veil. Now, class, raise your hands if you think this is a good Pokemon for the meta. Now, if you said yes, this is proof on why you're stuck below 1200 on the showdown ladder. Wait. While Alolan-Ninetales is a solid snow setter, unfortunately, it loses to so many prankster Pokemon who could shut it down, or to faster Pokemon before it could set up any walls. So I ditched Alolan-Ninetales this time around, instead focusing on Tornadus. Tornadus is a 2-for-1 deal for this team, giving us speed control thanks to Tailwind and weather coverage with Snowscape, all at the press of a button thanks to its ability, Prankster. Prankster allows Tornadus to use all of his status moves with an added level of priority, meaning that he's allowed to use status moves before other Pokemon. This includes Tailwind, Snowscape, and our final status move on Tornadus, Taunt, which denies other Pokemon their own status moves. Giving Tornadus a Terra type of ground lets us deal with Miraidons coming in to try and get a free knockout on our Genie. However, Terra Dark is also something to consider, since Dark type Pokemon are immune to other status attacks from prankster Pokemon. Now, unlike our Kyurem Black team, who is probably looking at us like this, we need a second restricted legendary to bolster our team. Since we have such an aggressive attacker, I think it makes sense to add a defensive Pokemon who could tank hits for us. And that's why Lunala is a great fit for this role. Lunala is a bulky behemoth, With a high HP and special attack stat of 137 and special defense stat of 107, plus the added benefit of being immune to Fake Out, Lunala is an amazing tank to have. To go with that, Lunala's ability Shadow Shield makes it so while Lunala is at full HP, it takes half the damage it would have normally taken. This allows us to set up whatever we need for game tempo. For the set itself, I had a different build in mind, but fellow YouTuber Gonkus Plays pointed me to this build that performed well at the past NAIC. I'll have his channel linked here and in the description below. Go show him some love. He helped optimize the team and is how we got so high up on the ladder. I ran Moongeist Beam, Moonblast, Calm Mind, and Protect. I also gave it a Terra type of Fairy while giving it the Leftovers item to hold. Having a bulky EV set and wonderful ability like Shadow Shield lets us reliably set up a Calm Mind on our Lunala, making ourselves stronger in the process. And a Terra type of Fairy removes our 4-time weakness to ground and dark attacks while letting us resist the latter. For the final 3 slots on the team, I decided to fill it out with a classic Fire, Water, Grass core, as it's a nice balance to add to teams and keeps our options flexible. Incineroar usually doesn't need an explanation, but this is a more unusual set. I went for an Assault Vest build while giving it 252 EVs in speed. Assault Vest gives us a special defense boost that is needed in this highly special attacking meta. And in regards to the high speed spread, being able to use your Fake Outs with Incineroar can be crucial in keeping up game tempo. So being faster than most other Fake Out users is necessary. And while this was triggering for, reasons, I understood its merits, and I think I'm doing better, all things considered. Urshifu Rapid Strike gives us more physical power that the team was lacking overall. While a lot of sets are running Choice Scarf, I opted for a Focus Sash set, so I could run Taunt on the bear as a way to use it against anti-prankster Pokemon like Farigiraf and Indeedee, giving us an edge versus Trick Room teams that could potentially shut us down. And Rillaboom is here again to help deny electric terrain thanks to its ability Grassy Surge, which sets up grassy terrain for us. Grassy terrain comes with the benefit of increasing grass type attacks and minor passive recovery, giving us sustain on our team. Now, this team is just fun. Kyurem-White gets to shred tanks like Terrapagos and Lunala, which makes it a little more special than Calyrex Shadow Rider. Also, freezing your opponent randomly? Hilarious. For those who want to tinker with the team and its stat spreads, here's what I used on the screen right now, along with the rental code for the team for those who want to hop on ladder and work on their impression of Mr. Freeze.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
If you like what you saw so far, please consider hitting the subscribe button. And if you want to be a part of these videos or just hang out and chill with me, consider following me on Twitch as well. And if you have a suggestion on what you'd like to see next, please leave it in the comments. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into some games. On our first day of playing the Kyurem-White set, we ran into a stream of Miraidon teams back to back to back in Great Ball tier of all places. Luckily, with this first battle, we got a break from the purple robot bicycle with this Groudon and Calyrex Ice Rider team. My opponent led Ogerpon and Raging Bolt, while I went for my standard lead, Kyurem-White and Tornadus. What's powerful about this lead is that you have the option, depending on speed tiers, to either let yourself go first with Tailwind and follow up with a nasty but risky Blizzard, or set up for Snowscape, securing Kyurem-White's defenses and accuracy for Blizzard while risking speed control for the game. So I opted for the Tailwind route, and here's how it played. Do we get the double Blizzard? We missed someone. Okay, we can miss No, we can't miss Raging Bolt. Wait. Pika. Oh god, he's gonna drink. Oh, okay, Thunderbolt. Not good either. Maybe I should have Terra Ground. I'm trying to think. He's got Groudon and what's his name? Oh, true. His only options, yeah, they have to be either Groudon or the other guy. Yeah, so I think Incineroar will be the good spot. What the fuck was that, Nick? Hello, cancel. What do you mean? Okay. I'm just trying to think, because like P-Blades is gonna hurt, but well, he has -1 right now, right? I'm trying to think like what's gonna be more worth to Fake Out. I'm gonna say Groudon for now, especially if he Terra Fires it. He's probably gonna Terra Fire it. Oh my gosh! Wait, you Terra Fired him? Can't anymore. Now, luckily for me, I got away with getting rid of one of his restricted legendaries for free, leaving his last. Oh, well, It is Great Ball tier after all. After surviving a weather ball so huge that Castform is still dreaming about it, I decided to preserve Kyurem-White by swapping into Lunala, knowing it can tank whatever hits come its way. Okay, I was trying to see if I could get away with it. We get him into sash range though. That's also good for me. We can protect, do a lot of things right now. I'm not like too worried. Yeah. I hate everything. Now, here, I'm in a bit of a bind, since if I attack with Lunala, then Chien Pao can Sucker Punch Lunala, getting a free knockout into the 4 times weak Pokemon. Luckily, I preserved my Terra and decided to use it to get some setup on Lunala this turn to deal with Raging Bolt next turn. And hopefully have Incineroar beat through Paralysis this turn. Nah, and we got to redirect everybody to go back to the end of the line. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was not so lucky. Why would you Weather Ball the Incineroar? What kind of read were you trying to make? We lived. Who's left? It's gotta be, what's his face? Who's left on his team? It's Calyrex.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
Can't believe I was swimming again instead of watching the stream. Cole, enjoy your summer. I mean, hi, Cole. It's very nice to have you here. I love having you. It's nice seeing you again. Enjoy your summer. Don't feel bad for not seeing me. Come on, Cole. Live a little. It is a 2v1. Hold on. Can I do this? Am I allowed? He doesn't Thunderclap. I don't know why he would. That's the Cole diff. That is the Cole diff right there, ladies and gentlemen. After receiving something equivalent to the World Champ diff, we ranked up to Ultra Ball and then shortly Master Ball tier, where we would face frightening Pokemon such as... Oh, well, maybe the next battle will showcase what to expect in Master Ball. The next day, we were aiming to place in the top 2,000 of ladder players for this season. One of our matches that we had to worry about was a Miraidon Calyrex Ice Rider team, which has a lot more control aspects than flat out aggression thanks to their supports, consisting of Incineroar and Grimmsnarl. He's gonna set up screens, which I'm gonna have to deal with, but at least like we can see what his plan is because he's got the clear amulet. I knew I should have pressed Earth Power, but we're gonna deal with it this turn. I'd laugh if he pressed Protect on top of all of that. That would have been like the cherry on top for me. No. Actually, wait, hold on. This is good for us. Hold on. Thanks to his Grimmsnarl faking out Kyurem-White, we aren't locked into Fusion Flare now, and we can correctly lock into Earth Power for the new Fire type on the field, dealing massive damage. Following it up with a knockoff from Incineroar, and down goes one of his restricted legendaries. After my opponent sends in Miraidon, I decided to switch Incineroar for Rillaboom, negating his electric terrain. What newer players don't realize when it comes to Miraidon is that when it summons electric terrain, not only do its electric moves get a boost, but it also gets a special attack increase similar to the Paradox Pokemon. However, when electric terrain leaves the field, so does its buffs for Miraidon. So having Rillaboom come in here lets me preserve my Kyurem-White and allows me to hit back for crucial damage. This bothers me. This bothers me. Set up a screen. For the love of God. Set up a screen. Oh my God. Wait, Incin now dies to the Earth Power. Is that AV Incin? It could be. Hold on, let's see it. Ah, dang. All right, close. False Surrender. I have not seen that move in a millennium. We fake out in his Incin, and then after we could like Woodhammer into Grim. That's cool too. We do a little extra damage into Miraidon, which is nice. Not over. Fake out is gonna hurt a little bit, and then Woodhammer is gonna hurt a lot. Whoops. How much is that gonna do? Okay, so he doesn't have any screens on his Grimmsnarl. Why the hell are you playing Grimmsnarl? I'm so confused. And it just like genuinely bothers me. Maybe, I don't, no, I had to swap in here, unfortunately. Okay, Thunder Waving here, Lunala sucks, but it's fine because now we don't have to, we still have our shield. We still have Shadow Shield. E-Drift with the AV, we live. Yo, Incin goated? Question mark? U-turn, kills the Miraidon. We have 4 EV points in attack and we killed the Miraidon. That's kind of hilarious. Excuse me. Okay. Do that. Grimmsnarl flinches, so he was going to go for the Thunder Wave. That's not good. That's like really not good. And we already wasted our Terra. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I think that's the plan. We got to kill Grim here. Nice. 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 Now Moonblast just goes straight into Incineroar. Let's go. It's not going to kill. Well, it's pretty good. And then next turn we just kill. That's fine. Yeah, him Flare Blitzing is cool because now we have our Incin coming in next turn. And just for like the disrespect and because I don't think I've pressed Flare Blitz once. Wait, did he kill himself with his own Flare? For our final day, we made it into the top 2,000 of players and kept pushing back and forth between 1,500 and 1,200. Wanting to make it to the top 1,000, we pushed on into this Terrapagos and Calyrex Ice team. While Terrapagos and Farigiraf make for a scary duo, I led Kyurem-White with Urshifu, knowing I had taunt pressure that my opponent couldn't have known about. We ignored Terra Shell. We ignored Terra Shell with Blizzard, with Fusion Flare, with any of these moves, right? So like going this, I want to press CC, but I also want to press taunt turn 1, to be honest, just in case. I should have taunted for a giraffe. Oh, no, interesting. He's just going to go. Is he just going to ride on him? That's funny. That's a lot of damage we just did. Goes for the raw Terra Starstorm.
Why do birds...
Oh, you suck. You got the crit. The crit. Whatever. Whatever. You're boring. You're boring. You're boring. In hindsight, I should have went for the kill into Terrapagos, but I wanted to prepare for the worst case scenario if Blizzard missed. Knowing that my guys are faster, however, and without any speed control on my opponent's side, I pressed the attack into my opponent's, securing a double knockout. Ooh. Okay, so he still has his Terra. He still has his Terra, and we have to respect it. Speed was heightened, so he's probably going to set up Tailwind. He could go for knockoff into Lunala. So if that's going to be the case here, we could just go like Moongeist Beam into Calyrex. Close combat into what's his name? Ooh, Terra Poison is actually kind of nasty into us right now. If he doesn't press Protect into Calyrex, it's kind of over for him. Just went for the straight knockoff. Okay, not even trying to fight for speed control. That's actually amazing for us right now. This isn't going to do too much damage. Actually, hold on. He is pretty weak physically defensive, on the physical defensive side. We don't have any boosts or anything, but like Moongeist Beam, super effective. I think it's going to kill. Oh, close. Raw Glacial Lance. Yeah, not too much damage. I'm going to sack one of my guys so that way I can get Tornadus out, get my Tailwind up and running, and then after we will be, I think that's going to be our win condition. This is me trying to get a hard read on his Tailwind right now. He went for the Protect. Yo, hold on, not over. Went for the Breaking Swipe. Okay, Urshifu could possibly live. Yes! Oh, this is funny now. Oh, he's mad. He's actually mad right now. Why would you Breaking Swipe into the Fairy type? That's my question. After securing another restricted legendary knockout, my opponent realizes that it's 3-1 and decides to forfeit. Knowing it doesn't have the resources to keep up with my team anymore, securing us to our highest rank with this team at 12-15 on the official game ladder. If we get one more win and we crack top 1,000, I might lose my shit. Hold on, less damage. We're about to see.